Welcome back to LaserPenguinGames. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Season 20 Tempest Rush Monk on Diablo 3. And I have not played Diablo 3 for 4 or 5 seasons, something like that. I don't know. They've done a lot of changes, like increasing the regular torment to 16. And they've added an extra set for each class. So basically I came back to try one of these new sets and see what it's about and basically see how high I can go with it. But I was really only trying to get up to basically being able to solo a 100 rift. I know that's not very high anymore apparently, since all the sets have been buffed. A lot of people are doing up to 150 rifts now or something. So I just put together what I could to test out this set, basically, and start with the skills I'm using. I have Cyclone Strike, and I'm using the Soothing Breeze Holy. It's gonna just give extra heals. We never actually cast Cyclone Strike in this build. It's gonna basically be a free cast off an ability. But I'm able to choose the rune for it. So whenever it's free cast, I get the bonus heals. Tempest Rush is going to be our main ability. And I'm going to be using Northern Breeze Holy to get extra damage. Sweeping Wind is part of the main part of the set, I guess. To go with Tempest Rush, you need it to have it active to get the extra damage bonus. And I'm going to be using the Master of Wind Cold, which is going to freeze targets and give me bonus damage. So when a target's going to be frozen or stunned, I'm going to have bonus damage, so that's going to help with that. Charge, extra charge, yeah, for dashing strikes. We're using Quicksilver. This is going to be important because whenever we use our dashing strike, we're going to get damage reduction because of one of the weapons I'm using. Mantra of Salvation, using the extra dodge, that's also giving resist all and 35% increased dodge chance. And then we have Epiphany, which is going to give us more damage reduction, and Spirit Regen, which we don't really actually need with this build, but extra damage reduction is nice. For the passive skills, I'm using Harmony, which is going to give us resistance. Beacon of Yotar is going to give us some cooldowns to go with Epiphany, as well as our Captain set. Near Death Experience is going to let us die twice. And the Guardian's Path, because I'm using 2 single-handers dual wielding, is going to give us extra dodge. So also it's 35% here and another 35% there, but we're not going to have 7% because we're going to get diminishing returns. And we're going to end up around 54% dodge, which is still pretty huge. And if there is a Barbarian round that has the Warcry for extra dodge, then we actually get to have 70% dodge. Feel nice. And because I'm wearing the Hellfire Amulet, I'm going to have an extra passive, which is going to be Momentum. And this is going to go really well with Tempest Rush, since we almost never stop moving. We're going to get an extra 20% bonus damage just for running around, basically, and dashing. So let's go ahead and take a look. And I guess my potion is going to be Almost Potion of the Unfettered, which is going to help us not be CC'd and become immune to control pairing effects for 5 seconds, drinking the potion. Okay, so the set we're looking at here is Patterns of Justice. I'm not quite sure when they released these sets. It's probably a few seasons ago. But I'm going to be wearing the chest, the helm, the shoulders, the gloves, and the pants. And then I crafted this set, Captain's, so we're using the belt and the boots. It's going to give us extra damage for all our cooldown reduction, and give us extra damage reduction for all our resource cost reduction. Obviously, all the extra I have in my Paragon, because I'm Paragon 829 now, is going to add, basically add to these as well. It's a nice little combo. You'll see here I have Hellfire, and I am stacking crit because we're going to need it So crit damage is also our most important here. And then I'm using Bane of the Trapped right now, but I'm going to be switching out, I believe, soon for higher riffs. I'm going to be trying to do a solo 100 for this video. These, you see a conventional melts here, and I'm using Taiguk, which is the main gem you're going to want to use for this build. And then I'm using Gizzard to regenerate life. And I have Roll Ring and Grandeur on, which is also giving me the ability to wear one less of each of these sets and still complete both of them. Weapons, I have Crystal Fist, which is going to give us damage reduction every time we use Dashing Strike. And Wong Kim Lao is going to give us extra damage on our Tempest Rush and automatically cast Cyclone Strike basically all the time. So that is all the gear besides Nemesis Bracers. So this is a weird one because of the season. So I'm going to go to the cube powers for a second here. And honestly, this is just the way I built it for like a casual playthrough for like just playing for like 3 days. So obviously there's definitely stronger versions for this build, but I just went super casual with it and so I could farm up to 100. We got balance here, which is going to give us more damage to our Tempest Rush, and we're going to crit everything that's when we're hitting 3 or few enemies. So unfortunately, this is going to suck in higher tier rifts when you're hitting way more than 3 enemies. So that's why we still are going to be stacking crit, and still got about 46%. Would be nice to get around 50, but still pretty decent. And then I have, so this season looks like you're able to put any powers in you want. So a lot of people are actually cubing Wong Kim Lao in here and using either the 2 set fists or just all sorts of different things. I mean, you could probably use balance too as a 2-hander, but you'll lose a lot of crit damage. So I'd definitely go, and you'll also lose your dodge. So not really a good idea to be using a 2-hander. Possible, but so Caesar's Memento is the bracers. Normally, I guess in normal season 2 you'd be wearing these and not Nemesis bracers, but since since I have the option to switch between them, and also when you cube a power you get the perfect percentage. So this is 800% more damage to enemies that are blind, frozen, or stunned. And I have also the auto freeze off my Sweeping Wind, and then I believe I have a few extras like stuns. So on my gloves here, you see I rolled like a secondary for, you can get up to 5% chance to stun there. And I think you can get on, I don't have it on this belt too, but you can get a chance of freeze on your belt, and a few other places you can get bonuses. And then I have so I have the Templar hired, and he's going to be blinding and stunning and freezing as well, hopefully, depending what items you have on them. And also the Mantle of Channeling is just great for Tempest Rush, going to give us 25% more damage and then 25% damage reduction. If you want to also wear the Memento here, then you end up choosing another season. Then you'd end up with a ring or amulet power. So for that, I mean, you could easily just pop the Royal Ring of Grandeur in there instead. And then you can use like Traveler's Pledge, Compass Rose combo instead of the Hellfire Amulet if you want as well. Or just go for this season. Also, I can use the Cyclone Strike. If someone else in my party already has the Nemesis Bracers, I can pop in Leorg's Crown for a bigger HP bonus with the purple gem in my helm. Or I can go for just straight up 50% damage reduction every time I auto cast the Cyclone Strike, which is pretty nice. So I do have a pair of these are Mementos Ancient in my stash to switch out when I need to. But I haven't, you see here, I haven't gotten a lot of extra powers. I pretty much just went for one build only this season. And this is what I end up doing for any of the, if you want to see my details, scroll down. But I'll see, I've tried to get more resist all with the gems in my pants and my chest, because that's gonna combo basically with our mantra, and we're gonna be spamming this mantra for extra resist all the time as well. And then if you want to see my Templar, which I didn't really mess around with his gear much at all, this also is the most important thing where they can't die. And then I have a shield that freezes and the weapon that freezes as well. There's probably better options for just having random rings and an amulet on them right now, but I'd probably want to add more stun and blind or freeze effects there if I could. And we're going to attempt a level 100 and see how it goes. If we're lucky, we won't have any crazy juggernauts or like high HP to deal with, but hopefully it goes alright. Also, we're going to be trying to keep up our stacks of sweeping in here, because that's how we get our damage bonus from the set, as well as damage reduction whenever we're using Tempest Rush. Get on lead right away here. So also, yeah, you'll see that because whenever you're using a Tempest Rush, you're gonna be generating an extra 50 here a second. You pretty much don't run out too often, but whenever you use your mantra, you're gonna end up dipping it a little bit. So there's that armor, cross, whatever. That's going to give you 50% damage reduction for having your resource over 97%. But the problem was when I was trying to actually wear it, or you could use the cube power, is that when you spam the mantra too much, it dips and then you lose the damage reduction. Whereas if you're using like the Cyclone Strike shoulders instead, you're going to guarantee that damage reduction all the time. Gotta get going quickly here. So you'll see here that I'm using the Bane of the Trap right now, but I definitely want to convert to Bane of the Stricken instead, because it's not stacking. It's like 45% damage right now straight up, but the other gem will stack for more. If it's going to stack for 1 to 2% per hit, then that's just going to stack higher. And as I hit an enemy, it'll just keep increasing the damage, and then I'll do more damage to also Rift Guardians and bosses as well that way. It looks like we're kind of even with the... Oh, falling behind a little bit with the Rift Bar. So I'm going to need to find some specials, but I'll kill a few of these, it's going to help as well. See, my Templar is going to help heal a little bit. And we kind of got a little bit ahead now. We're going to move on up here. A lot of enemies there. Barely ahead. Also, because I have the Nemesis Bracers, we're going to be able to catch up. We can find ourselves a few pylons and basically abuse those. Try not to fight too many elites at the same time, because you end up a lot of nasty abilities. If there's too many stuns stopping you from moving around. I think I got pulled in there, and then also I died once, but my near death is popped up right now. And dashing strike whenever cooldown comes up. The big knockback. Oh, we're gonna let that hit us. A lot of ability this guy. Alright. Tons. Minions are the ones doing all the annoying things. Also, you don't really want to waste your time on the minions, but at this point, you've killed them already. See if we can catch up to Bar here. Honestly, staying any explosions is gonna be bad. Kind of a bad floor. I hope for the pylons. So we'll have some sort of extra effect on. Oh, jeez. Focus the elite. Hopefully that'll help. And leave the minions this time. There we go. Right, hopefully we're gonna pick the right direction here. Nope. Oh, we went right. We were wrong. Okay, we got a channeling pylon. It is, I mean, it's okay. Also, that's his dash. Whatever we want. And be able to cast our Epiphany basically as many times as we want. Ooh, we have some blues here. I'm gonna pull those in. Hopefully, not gonna create too much damage issue here. I'm also trying to take down yellow first here. Alright, so he's down. It looks like these guys aren't too bad. But when they explode, it's gonna be nasty business. Alright, so we gotta get out of that. If they got bigger when they blew up. There we go. We got a bit of a lead now. Hopefully we can use that to get ahead here. Okay, cross. I'm gonna kill some of these little guys. Where do we go? Oh, something's slowing us down pretty badly. I think it's the webs. Spiders? Oh, watch my dashing strike here because I need too much. Running in circles. We're doing alright. That goes down. Oh, looks like we got a pretty good lead here. We got some more woods. And we got some. Oh wow. We have anything else here as well? Try and make sure I got my potion here ready. In case the wall comes up. Or something, but I don't think they're really doing much. Finally generating enough to not die. And let's go down. Another yellow here? Oh, this floor is loaded up. Is it two? Oh, this could be a problem. Ooh, this is gonna be an issue. Somehow pulled two. guy. Who's casting those lasers? Oh, I think I got pulled out of the laser there. Okay. Up again. Not, okay, I killed one of them. I gotta run out here. I think I have health. Gotta keep moving. Oh, something pulled me in. Something's still making lasers. I think it would be fine. Nope, not dead. No more. Alright. We actually killed. Did we kill both that died there? Bad. What you ask is impossible. They're killing beauties. Cool. Hopefully once it gets down to a smaller group, it's kind of wasting your time. Let's get to another floor here, hopefully. Oh. Well, we got a speed pylon, which is not ideal pylon. So speed, it's you know, it's nice to have, but and the attack speed. But a lot of times when you're going too fast, you're just getting less hits on the mobs. So that can be kind of counterproductive since we have to move. If we were stationary build, this would be helping a little bit more. And avoid the ice. Oh, I took a death there. Well, we're at 98% now. I think we can get the boss from just farming up the rest of these mobs here. I think we'll definitely have enough time to kill it. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it looks like we're going to fight like this. Oh, definitely having the wrong gem here is not very good. Not really stack. Oh, I got a stun in there. Not really stacking any extra damage. It'll help me kill this boss a lot faster. I definitely feel like this build, the way I'm doing it anyway, is better in a group. So I'm able to basically tank and core everything in, while others can kind of stay safe and do damage from the outside. Well, looks like we're going to get that kill, and we'll go ahead and take a look at some of this loot. Oh, I'm going to level up the gem that I'm actually supposed to be leveling here, which is the Bane of Stricken. I have 86, which is not bad, but I want to get it up to 100. And I think we're going to get it up to 90. Not too bad. A few more runs and I'll probably have it up to 100. But we'll end this with a little bit of identifying. Oh, looks like we got a crystal fist. That might be better than the one I have.
My strength has increased.
Yeah, picked up a few paragons there. Some new nemesis bracers. Anything could be primal too. Could be good. No primalization. Hello everyone who made it to the end of the video. This is LaserPenguinGames, reminding you to smash that like button, leave a comment below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps out. And if you're looking for even more content, check out my Patreon here, where I post exclusive video content every month, and you'll have access to all of that.